We're on the beach. Is that really recording?
Yeah, do you want it to be?
I don't know.
We were at Zion, getting ready to get on the shuttle, go back to hike, and we were masked up to be safe, ready to go hike the Narrows, check out all the sights. Our Utah adventure continued with day 4, starting in Zion National Park. Zion is iconic when it comes to the American National Park System, and we were excited to get to take part. We had monitored the trip and all year wondered, how is this going to be doable with social distancing and all of the issues surrounding COVID? But I was so impressed with the national park system. I'm disconnected. I just want to capture. I already missed a classic moment just moments ago.
Yeah, that was
A pretty great moment.
good.
They had gone out of their way to create a safe experience for visitors in the park. So they'd gone as far as to remove seats from the bus to ensure that everyone was socially distanced in the bus. Masks were worn in any areas where people were together.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful
Thank
visit.
you. You too. Hello.
Hi there. Have a good day.
And a system was created so that you could reserve tram tickets. At whatever point you're able to get out to Utah, of course go to Zion. And to do that, it may be that the ticketing situation is still in place to reserve your spot on trams. You do need some pre-planning to go to Zion. You need to reserve a tram ticket or whatever the situation is at the time of this viewing so that you can take advantage of the tram to get back to some of the sites within Zion. Bryce Park allows you to pretty much get everywhere by car. You can move in your vehicle to scenic overlooks or trailheads. The layout, the geography of Zion is not set up that you can do the same. You really need to be part of the system, plan out so that you can take advantage of the trams, because it will take the tram to get back to the things we're going to show you in this video. There he is, there he is. With our tram tickets in hand, we hop on and get back to our first stop. Well, we're in Zion and we were greeted by some deer. This little guy's having breakfast. We decided the first thing we wanted to do was Angel's Landing. All right, we just got off at the grotto. We're gonna cross this little creek up the West Rim Trail. In theory, we're gonna come up Angel's Landing. Now, I'm a little concerned about the steep cliffs. This route is strenuous and steep, numerous narrow sections and unprotected drop-offs. Not for anyone who's out of shape or has a fear of heights. So this should be fun. We'd seen pictures and research online that suggested it was just this really incredible hike with these great views, but we'd been warned it was a somewhat strenuous hike. Wow, it is. So we realized very quickly we needed to move slowly, drink lots of water, and get an early start because the heat was pretty tough. And with these uphill climbs, the real key was to start early in the day. What? What's he? What?
Where the folks are.
We've got a little bit of time left.
video?
At some point, we do have to move on.
Okay,
All the
give.
video, you know what?
What?
Hey, it's moving.
Don't shoot that. That's for you.
Here we are, hiking up Zion,
Angel's Landing, right?
Angel's Landing in Zion.
That's right. Chipmunk for sure. You are not a ground squirrel like yesterday. Hey, little guy. Hey. Oh, did I scare you?
We back to one of them.
Did I scare you? I didn't mean to scare you.
We rode the horse up here too.
We sure did. Wonder if they packed this concrete up here on mules.
I'm sure they did. Did you find it?
I know, but back
Well,
then,
there we go.
man proud to have a job and to work.
The guys are saying their hamstrings are burning. Us gals are saying our calves are burning. We took our time and went slowly, but it was quite the hike. The result after all the hard work was unique views you're not going to see anywhere else in North America that I'm aware of. Okay, we're at the edge of Angel's Landing. The chain path is closed, so we're going to take some pictures at the canyon rim and head on to the Narrows. For safety reasons, I don't know if there had been someone injured or what the situation was, but the final leg of the Angel's Landing climb was closed off to visitors. Apparently you hold a chain and have to walk up kind of holding this chain up this pretty narrow, almost staircase as it were, and that area of the climb was shut off. So we didn't see that, but what we could see from that vantage point was how far we had come on this hike. It was actually very amazing, about 3.5 miles and a steep grade for most of the way. Easy, easy, easy. She doesn't realize it's sheer face on the other side of that. You need to stay carefully. All right, so we have made it to the canyon overlook. We hiked up from the other side of this canyon, but you can see the canyon floor down there to compare to where we started from.
Your mama asked and a fellow looked up on the map. It was 5,000, way over 5,000 feet to the part you can't go to with the chains. And he figured it was probably about 500 up to that. So we're roughly 5,000 feet from where we started.
All right, the difference between the chipmunk and the squirrel.
Look, his coat is nearly roan, and when he laid in that shadow, it was camouflage.
Look at him eating. Look at him laid up eating.
Yeah, he's smart. He ain't sitting up like the chipmunk.
Oh, he does. He lays flat on his belly. He's so funny.
All right, you're a lot bigger than a chipmunk. And you have not been doing Atkins or Weight Watchers like the rest of us.
I can't believe the camouflage pattern.
His fur, yeah, it looks different. Look, dappled.
Yeah, and when he lays in
Kind of a roan. We would call him a red roan if he was a horse. And this is what we came up earlier.
yeah, it's like that hill in San Francisco.
Yes, it looks a lot worse from here.
right, we just got done hiking Angel's Landing. It is hot and it was a long hike. And we got some sore knees and we've already talked about where the pain patches are in the camper. But I'm glad we did it. Take a look at what we did today. If you look all the way up, we hiked to approximately here.
Well, if you go to Zion, you have to hike the Narrows. You just have to. It's iconic. We'd done it in our previous Utah trip and didn't know at the time what to expect. We had a little better sense this time around. So we show up with shoes to walk in water, the whole deal. Our walking sticks, which they're a must. They're an absolute must. And we just committed we are going to go as slowly as we have to. We do not want to fall. Mom's already had one fall at this point. We got all kinds of gear and we're just intent on a safe, fun experience. And at this point, we've already hiked Angel's Landing, so we're pretty worn out. It's another hike to get back to the Narrows, to get into the water, and then keep moving. So it's really hot by this point, and we're worn out. But we get into that cold water, and wow, it's this amazing experience anyway. And there's that cold water rushing through, so it cools you off pretty quickly.
But you had in it.
I'm good. If I do anything, I'm just gonna put these things on. Make it real serious.
It is just hot air barreling through here. Yeah, you have.
We noticed this time around at the Narrows, the water was deeper than it had been on our previous trip. So when we'd gone before, it's rare that the water's getting past our knees. This time around, there are a couple of places where it's minimum waist deep.
Bags overhead.
Wherever in the stream you choose to cross. So we're doing this zigzag pattern back and forth, trying to find, for those of us not so brave, the shallowest place. So just keep moving down this canyon.
Wow. Oh man, they're chest deep, shoes are wet, everything. Wow. We are being cowards, me and Mom and Dad are up in the rocks, walking the easy way. But these guys are up for the adventure. Now meanwhile, we will walk this way. Yeah.
Just the van keys.
Our big goal was, we're gonna have fun, but let's have a safe experience. You start adding Cajun rednecks and this rushing current and these wet, wobbly rocks that you're stepping on to walk through the stream. You can see pretty quickly we've got the recipe for a disaster. We've got these packs and all this gear. And so we just stress, we're gonna go as slowly as we need to. We're not gonna hurry. We just wanna get through here safely. And of course, have a good time. We got out of there without anyone falling. That was, thank the Lord. We were very glad for that.
do it for a damn video.
Hey, can you
So
get a
we're
copy?
in Jamaica this one time, or Bahamas. Bahamas. We're on the beach. Is that really recording?
Yeah, do you want it to be?
Oh no.
We had a little break at a big bend and just took our time enjoying the afternoon sun starting to change the colors on the walls of the canyon, rested up, and then made our way back out of the Narrows. It's amazing how much more quickly it goes when you're heading back out.
You got, he knows you got something.
Oh my goodness.
Lord, if he bites you, Jessica, you have to go get rabies shots and all kinds of
Look at the.
He just wants to be a
That's when you hit him
friend.
in the head before you can get away.
He just wants to be a friend.
Knocked them. The little horny lizard.
It does look like everywhere there was a, well, that was a chipmunk.
We saw some deer on the way back.
First time, Mama. A little fawn here in the middle of incredible canyons.
We had a nice bus ride back and started our way back through to the camp. Saw some buffalo on the way out, and the list just keeps growing of all the wildlife that we're seeing this trip. When Mom does the math and looks at her step counter at the end of this day,
$27,775.
27. What?
27,775.
Oh my.
when you go to Zion, make sure you plan at least 2 days in Zion. We wanted to be sure we saw the Narrows, we wanted to do Angel's Landing, but we also wanted to have time to see other things. You could easily spend a week in Zion. Because we want to see such a variety on our trip, we prioritized 2 days in Zion, and we prioritized the Narrows and Angel's Landing first. I really wish we could have seen the Kolob Canyon. This is the second trip to Zion that it was closed, but certainly we understand with a COVID year and the need to be strategic with staff, we understand that. Our second day in Zion, we wanted to enjoy some of the other things. So we're back on the tram, we're having a great day in the park with an early start. One of the benefits to getting an early start on the day is, first of all, of course, you beat that debilitating heat. That heat's gonna get plus 100 somewhere like Zion when you're there in the late summer like we were. So getting that early start is key to being able to do everything you want to do. But the other thing is the active wildlife. You're gonna get to see more animals when you're there early in the morning, late in the evening, of course. And that was our case. We start off on a hike first thing or second morning there, and we've got these deer right beside the trail.
No, I ain't worried about the people. People's protection for them. Yeah.
We had a lot of fun looking at the deer. They're just having a good start to their day, and we were too. We hiked back to Emerald Pools. On our previous trip to Utah, apparently we'd come on a drier year. And while we enjoyed the hike, the waterfall part was just a trickle. It was nice, but it wasn't all that overwhelming. So I really don't have high expectations as we make this first hike. And we get back there, and instead, the waterfall, a lot of volume, it's beautiful, and we had a really special start to our day. After getting back to the tram stop from our hike, we take a little lunch break. We're in the middle of filming and just talking through what we've experienced. Boom.
We hiked the upper and lower Emerald Peaks. I have no idea how far it was.
What'd you like about it?
Hey, look at your turkeys, Lynn.
That was moving.
Look at your turkey.
Oh, we got 2 gobblers.
Hey, that's gobblers too, buddy.
Out pop these turkeys. I just have this love-hate thing with turkeys. I keep trying to get one in turkey season, and it was cool to see turkeys here in the middle of Zion. That afternoon, we did a few other hikes around the park, smaller hikes, but the heat was really tough.
Point again where we hiked yesterday.
Now where do you want to decide? I think we was right there. We know we didn't get to go to there, but we was right in there.
There's where we hiked to yesterday. That's Angel's Landing, but the trail was chained off.
Yep,
We hiked to the canyon
can't believe
overlook
it had
right
that
there.
trail chained off when I couldn't climb the chain.
Oh, because you would have loved
I
that.
would have did it. Yeah, definitely.
So we went ahead and left the park early. I noticed on a whiteboard that was tracking the temperature as we walk out, it was 112 degrees. The heat's no joke out west. If you're not used to it, it can be a problem. But the key is start the day early and take a little break and enjoy again in the afternoon when things start cooling off.
And then we drove around for about 2 hours, maybe 3. On the west side of Zion.
I think you could rappel down. This rock would hold the
Yeah, well,
things.
from your vast experience of
That's
repelling.
right. That's right.
I know how
Many
much.
times.
I know how much you gonna repel.
All the
down
many
there.
times that I've done that.
And then on the way home, or on the way to Knob, through the east side of Zion, we saw 13 Bighorn Sheep. Bighorn Sheep. Yep. How far away is that?
I don't even know where I'm looking.
Okay, see the little part? He's scratching his leg.
Man,
This
I'm
front one that
guessing
looks like a big
that's
hump and then a little hump
250
almost like a
yards.
turtle.
That's what I was gonna say, bud.
Okay.
That's one of the things we love about going out west. You see these beautiful creatures you're not going to see just anywhere. When you leave Zion, heading back east to Mount Carmel Junction on Highway 9 between Springdale and Mount Carmel, there's a resident herd of Bighorn sheep. And so we were really excited to see them, but we just kept getting glimpses. But it was so neat that last day leaving Zion, we spot several sheep. After getting to watch these Bighorn sheep for quite a while, we went on into the camp, and after 2 really strenuous days, we just had a nice early evening in, enjoyed some time together around the camp.
Oh, trust you got sharp paws. You got sharp paws.
Do you have anything in there left over that you're not going to eat?
As day 5 wraps up and we're sitting around the camp, we're just enjoying a nice night together. It's just really gratitude again to look back over having seen Bryce Canyon, after having seen Zion, and had this great experience together as a family. That's what Backyard Adventures is all about. Getting out in the great outdoors with people you love and just making these memories that you'll have always.